Hello, welcome to another round of Vintage Cube, and looks like our decision was made pretty easy for us. Ancestral Recall, one of the best cards you can open. Just 1 mana, draw 3, part of one of the most unbalanced cycles in history. Compared this to Healing Salve, which is white, gain 3 life. You know, 3 cards, 3 life, not a big deal. Aside from Ancestral Recall, we have Leovold, who's very powerful but difficult to cast. Burning of Xingye, which is pretty fun. A bunch of nonsense. Maelstrom Pulse is okay. Zealous Conscript is really good. And I guess Deceiver Exarch if you want to go twin. But pretty weak pack overall. But I'm going to take Ancestral Recall and just keep in mind that Conscript's Deceiver Exarch are in here. So if I see like a Kiki Jiki or something, I can take it a little higher. Pretty easy follow-up with just a Shelldock Isle, I think. Shelldock, a good combo with Ancestral Recall, and that this makes your library have fewer cards, and this works when your library has not many cards. And this is really powerful. I think I've mentioned in other draft videos, but just casting any spell for cheap is pretty strong. Daze could also go well with Ancestral Recall if we want to be controlling, but you know, this opens the path for us to do some busted stuff. Aside from that, Liliana the Veil I think is quite strong, especially if you can like Dark Ritual her out on turn 1. For Catacombs, I like fixing, but we're just gonna take Shelldock. We're here to do busted stuff. Okay. So Repeal is the only blue card, and it's not amazing. Maybe we'll wheel, maybe not. But you can always find something like this. Hollowed Fountain is interesting if we want blue-white. Desperate Rituals, okay if we want to try and draft Storm. At this point, it's not necessary. Natural Order is great if we're in green. Toxic Deluge. I might just take the land, to be honest. Nothing's really pulling me in, and Hollowed Fountain means if we find like a white fetch, it can fix for blue. It'll just, you know, make it clear later on. Or then we can wait until the signals are more clear later on. And so then, you know, if we draft a white card, we can play these, splash this Ancestral Recall and Shelldock Isle. Okay, so here's kind of a turning point. So we can take Swords to Plowshares, which goes really well with Ancestral Recall because they're both cheap. There's also a Mind's Desire if we want to try and do Storm stuff. It's really hard because I like doing Storm when I open like a Black Lotus or a Lion's Eye Diamond. With Recall it is easy if we open it later, but because we have Swords. Nah, Swords isn't. We're gonna take Mind's Desire. Missing out on Swords of Plowshares is rough. If we do miss out on it, wow, we could have taken Council's Judgment. But we're not here to draft just Cheons. Probably gonna take Blood Crypt. If we are in Storm, very likely we need black and red. Not saying we're in Storm. I'm just saying we're staying open to the possibility. Gifts Ungiven also very powerful. But I think again I'd rather just have better mana. Kozilek is interesting. We don't have really any way to cast it. Although Eldrazi are pretty good with Mind's Desire, because the fail case of just casting an Eldrazi off Mind's Desire is not terrible. So like sneak attack, show and tell, Mind's Desire Eldrazi is pretty cool. I'm gonna take Scalding Tarn. I think it gets Hollowed Fountain and Blood Crypt. The other consideration is Heartbeat of Spring, which is an excellent Storm card, but I kind of need to wheel this. I mean, there's a lot of powerful cards here. Let's see, I take this, there's 9 left. There's going to be 1 card left, though. I think, again, just good mana is more important. So I'm going to take Scalding Tarn. So there's a tropical island if we do end up playing Heartbeat. At this point, we have like no spells and just all lands. It's not the end of the world though, because it means we can kind of play whatever we want in the upcoming packs. And these packs really haven't been that powerful. I mean, like, there's a Hostage Taker and Smuggler's Copter, but yeah, we're just gonna have good mana and see what comes out next. Tolarian Academy, okay. That's an interesting one. This one has a very high upside for being really busted. So does Pyretic Ritual. Hallowed Fountain, Tropical Island, Blood Crypt, Shelldock Isle. I haven't seen any artifacts, but the Storm deck kind of wants... I think this opens me up to be like a really busted deck, whereas Pyretic Ritual is only ever going to be pretty okay in any deck. Here I think we just grab Painful Truths. We have the mana to cast it, and you know, we're going to be drawing quite a bit of cards. So now we just need to start finding some mana. I haven't seen like any artifacts, but if we do, Tolarian Academy can really help us out. So Verdant Catacombs gets Tropical Island Blood Crypt. It's actually pretty nice. I'm going to take that. Desperate Ritual. Wow, if we can wheel Heartbeat of Spring, that'd be so awesome. So I didn't remember seeing any Kiki-Jiki Zealous Conscripts going around. I'm trying to think what I can get with Imperial Recruiter. Maybe Baral's in the cube? No, I didn't see him go around, so I'm just going to take Mesmeric Fiend. Spirebluff Canal does give us better mana. Soulfire Grandmaster gives us... I'm just going to take the Canal. Our mana is almost perfect. Dark Confidant could actually be a decent card draw engine. I don't think we're going to be Fire Blasting. Come on. I think it's this pack. Heartbeat of Spring. Okay. It might have been the Dark Confidant pack. It's an insane card to get second to last, though. I mean, if we just end up in, like, Grixis good stuff, Dark Confidant's going to be great in that deck. Our mana base is very strong. So, yeah, can't be too upset about that. We need to open some Moxen. Black Lotus would be ideal. Yawgmoth's Will at some point with, what's that card? I can't remember right now. Hang on. Okay, so there's a Factor Fiction if we want even more card draw. I'm not really sold on Search First Content and Vintage Cube. Factor Fiction is really strong. There's a Jace Architect of Thought. But I think I'm just going to take Fact. Windswept Heath right now grabs Tropical Island Hallowed Fountain, which is okay. It's not amazing. There's also a Karn, which is an okay target off Mind's Desire, but not the best. I'm just going to take Fact. Basically, we're... okay. Channel. Huh. No, I think that's actually just way too hard to cast. We have, like... It's easy to get a single green source, hard to get double. And I think we just need to start taking artifacts, because we have a lot of card draw, but not much to do with it. And we want artifacts for Tolarian Academy. So I'm going to take the Signet. These fetches will be good on the wheel. I don't really want to play him. Not excited about Dual Caster Mage, but it is pretty sweet with Ancestral Recall. It doesn't double trigger Storm, unfortunately. Okay, now we're talking. There's a Splinter Twin. If we had taken the other stuff. Probably just going to pick up this Gruul Signet. It's kind of on color. More than Boros. It's really unlikely you end up playing white if you're going into Storm. Or even if we are just in Grixis. Can't see a reason for white. I don't think we need any more card draw in Ancestral Vision. And yeah, just taking mana. Memory Jar. As good as that card is, I don't really think we need it. Penthead Prism kind of does everything we need. Fixes our colored mana, 2 mana artifact that really ramps us out, and it stays around for Tolarian Academy. On the wheel, maybe Thing in the Ice is a good alternative win con, but I'll take a Pentad Prism. Not really sure what this deck does at the moment, but it's really good at turning on Shelldock Isle with all these fetches, card draw, Factor Fiction, mills 5. So maybe we even just end up like, ooh, okay. Tezzeret Agent of Bolas could actually be a really solid alternate win condition. I'm not going to play any of these. Sword of Temptation is the only other thing I would consider. But Tezzeret Agent of Bolas is awesome. Yeah, if we can get a couple more artifacts, if we can open a Mox in pack 3, this deck can get just, even if we don't end up storming, just, I love playing the Tezzeret deck. Some Dark Confidant, a lot of card draw, maybe some cheap interaction. There's a Dark Ritual, I'll take that. There's also a Young Pyromancer, which is okay. I guess right now we don't have too much incentive to play it. I think Ritual will end up being better in this type of deck. We can play a turn 2 Tezzeret. And maybe we can wheel a Pyromancer, you never know. Wow, this lag. What the heck, Raphaelos this late? I think I'm going to take a Selesnya Signet. It's double off color, but we just need artifacts to go with Tolarian Academy and Tezzeret. Steam Vents? Sure. Starting to need playables. I'm not worried just yet. Oh, this pack. Probably Izzet Charm is what we want. Let's see. Because I can kill a creature, also draw, discard, and counter spells. Yeah, I think that's in general more powerful than Ultimate Price. Gideon Jura. I don't really have the white. I think I just need a Searing Spear. Wow, Splinter Twin wheeled. Who took the Deceiver Exarch and didn't take Splinter Twin? I don't know if I can take this knowing that Zealous Conscripts and Exarch are gone. I think I'm just going to take Chandra. It's a powerful enough win condition. Thing in the Ice or Chain Lightning. So when I cast 4 or more, it becomes a 7/8. I think Chain Lightning is probably just better. Yeah. So that kills all my artifacts. You know, I'm kind of just ending up in a Grixis aggro deck. Wow, Pyromancer wield? I think I'm definitely taking that. It seems like a higher upside than Delver in this deck, but they're actually very close. And Abbott. Okay. I think we're backdooring into like mono red, so no to Mind's Desire. Maybe no Signets. I like Dark Confidant. I mean, our mana is pretty good. So we'll see where this goes. But we have like the mana to play any splash card we would ever want. Mana Flare I don't think we want. Maybe it's just a Lightning Bolt. There's also a Frost Titan, but this deck wants to keep its mana curve pretty low. I could take Izzet Signet and hope to wheel Lightning Bolt because Izzet's perfectly on color, but I'm just gonna grab the Lightning Bolt. Force Spike. Maybe we can wheel Hazoret or Rashad Import or Flame Tongue, but Force Spike's really powerful in this type of deck. don't think we want a Desperate Ritual. Ooh, okay. Well, there's our Brain Freeze, but I think we're kind of beyond the point of really trying to storm out. There's a Glenelendra, Grim Lavamancer, Rakdos Signet, Shrine, Freebooter, all great cards. Monastery Mentor even. How many ways do we have to get Hallowed Fountain? Scalding Tarn. That's it. Okay, probably not that. Yeah, this is kind of tough. Freebooter is great. It's a 1/2 flyer, so it's an early play and you can kind of mess with their hand. It's hard to pass up on Glenelendra though. She really just helps you take control of the game. Bitter Blossom could be sweet. Maybe wheel this Figure of Destiny. Is that what we want? It's a lot of tokens. A lot of burn. We're doing a lot of damage to ourselves. Nobody's going to take this figure, right? I don't know which one I want. This gives us inevitability. This just beats face. I'm going to take Bitter Blossom. I think it's an objectively more powerful card. Oh wow, Time Spiral, High Tide. There's the Pestermite. Oh, this deck could play Nicol Bolas too. I think I might just grab Inquisition. Yeah, I think it's too late to really go into Storm. Time Spiral is not great for this, what we have now. We could have Nicol Bolas as well. So maybe we bailed a little too early, but it just wasn't seeming like it was going to work out. Now we have like a weird Grixis deck. Hang on, is it too late? We have all these signets. We just put back Nicol Bolas, put this in, put Tezzy, put Tolarian Academy. No, I think it's too late. I don't know. That was a really tough pick. Ooh, Dak Faden. Greatest Thief in the Multiverse. There's also Demonic Tutor, Treasure Cruise, Hymn to Torok, Firebolt. But Dak is just a really strong card. So I'm going to take him. Watery Grave. Makes our mana better. By a lot, actually. Kikiji. Man, we would have had such a sweet deck. I don't know if we can play Dig Through Time in the Dark Confidant deck. Bone Shredder is probably the pickup here. Wow, Frost Titan and Duress. Don't really have anything good for Nahiri. I'll take a Frost Titan though. I think. No, I think I'm just going to take Duress. Stay low to the ground. Flame Tongue Kavu. Nezumi Grave Robber. It's not that great. I'll just take FTK. There's our Brain Freeze. Could we make Mentor work now? I have two white sources. Figure of Destiny. Well, maybe Selesnya Signet gets in there after all. Mesmeric Fiend, Painful Truths. This is like just Grixis do nothing. I mean, if the mana works, it's powerful. I don't know. There's a Siege Gang. I'm not opposed to that. I don't know how likely it is that the mana does work out, but we're going to figure that out for ourselves. Right now we're mostly red-black, but we just have a random Ancestral Recall. And then a bunch of nonsense. Huh. Could have had the Kiki Jiki Dream. Could have had it. Could have had a lot of different decks. We ended up with the worst one. Let's see. Cards we're least excited about starting out. Siege Gang is a bit slow. Chandra might be necessary to close out a game. Maybe not. $23. So I have no reason. Tropical Island lets Verdant get that. Okay. Blue, red, blue, blue, red. Maybe not. Huh. So we could play Selesnya Signet. We have a lot of rituals, but nothing to do with them, really. Group creatures separate. So non-creatures are here. Combine groups. I mean, this would be a really strong Mentor deck. Problem is I just don't know how I cast it. I have these two as white sources. So Scalding Tarn can get Hollow Fountain. So that's 1, 2, 3 white sources for Monastery Mentor. I have a lot of card draw though. I'm not scared. I think I need to cut a card. This is the most mediocre deck I've ever seen. I don't like any bit of it, but it is really low to the ground. It's the Zergo Bellstrike. Oh god. Why am I doing this? No, I think this is just better. Or even this. Yeah. We're just gonna do that. Definitely need one island. Sort by color. So it's mostly red. I only have 4 blue spells. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue. That's okay. Red, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red. Maybe I cut a blue for a red. How much black do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black. Sure. Alright. You ready for the... we'll just see what happens. See you guys around 1.